Alright everybody, I'm back with the 340 Daisy power line, and this is the top of the slide. As you can see, it's now empty. I did go ahead and take everything out of here, and I'll go ahead and put it back for you. But this is the top of the slide, so I wanted to show you guys what I found in the interior. I know in the back over here is fixed. It looks like it has screws to it where you can remove it. Pretty deceiving. Almost looks like you can actually remove it, but you can't. It's fused, man. It's pretty good in there, molded, one piece. This whole top is just one piece. There's no moving parts on this slide itself. So there's the carriage in there. It's just completely empty. Okay, so the first thing that comes with it is right here. This is the barrel, and it's a really hard plastic, very hard plastic. On the inside, very difficult to see. Can't tell if it's metal or not. Not too sure if the instructions say it's metal either. But anyway, that is the barrel area, and this is the spring for the guide that goes in the bottom part. That actually goes out this side. Let me turn this around. Okay, this goes in here, so this is just goes right in there, and it has this slot over here, so that just goes in there like that. Okay, and the spring goes in here, and then you have an end piece over here. So this middle piece is the part that's really tricky on the removal part. Okay, so I'm going to do the reverse part just to kind of show you guys where I'm at on that. So let me disconnect and take everything apart again so you guys can actually see what there's in here. Alright, so empty carriage, nothing in the slide now. So we'll put it back together. I'm going to put it this way for a little bit because I'll show you why. Because I'm going to actually have to hold this one back in this area while I try and put this part back in. And so that's the only tricky part. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Let me go ahead and put the spring in here, and this barrel in here. Okay, and so this is going to be going back and forth, but this is the part you have to actually hold back when you put this in here. Okay, so since I got that, let me try and get this back into the cylinder here. Has that slot, so there's only one way it can go in, is that way. So make sure you guys wear eye protection, and hopefully you don't mind, because it is plastic, so when you use that screwdriver flathead to take it out, it is going to get a little etched. Alright, so now what I want to do is this part and this part, I want to kind of slide it in here underneath here. That's going to help me as I push this thing back here inside the carriage. Okay. Now when it gets about halfway back like this is when you can actually start to put the spring back in here. And this is the part where you're going to have to hold almighty, because this is a really tough spring. Okay, so let's push that in. Okay, push that back. And push that snap in as much as you can. It might not be snapped all the way. Just make sure it's flush. And that's, I know, is flush. Just that little snap. And so this little thing back here right in the middle actually helps you to get that other part in. And then what you want to do is you want to center this metal piece right there with a Phillips or something small that you can actually get in there, and just kind of move it over so slightly so you can get it centered. Okay, now I got it centered now. Yeah, this camera is not too good. It's not focusing, I don't think, but anyway, you guys got the gist of that. And so when you remove it, it's going to be kind of the same thing, but this way you snapped it in. Okay, this way you have to hold this back. So that's pretty difficult trying to hold that back. I just kind of get my thumb and then my finger over my thumb with my 3 fingers under here. I mean, really, just to get a good grip on this thing. Then what I do, I get the flathead first. Get in between here. Probably about a quarter way down is where the guide is at. So just get that popped out. Okay, then you come back about halfway and you try and get that popped out. Okay, so now that side's popped out. But what you want to do is you don't want to take out the other side very quickly right now. So just kind of hold up on that, because what you want to do is you want to definitely get this spring out. So what I would do is, since it's out halfway already, just kind of put your hand on top of this thing and you should be able to just get that spring and get that pin out so it doesn't fly. Now, second thing I would do, which I've been doing, is just take off some of this recoil. Just spin it. It's not going to hurt it. But you're actually taking that spring out right now. So you can actually take it out right there if you want to. But this whole piece needs to come out now. So you don't have that recoil, but you still need to move this back so you can get your flathead in again and start working on this side and just bring it out. Okay, that should come out now. Okay, so that's it. Bring that out. Got your cylinder in here, got your spring in there, you got your retainer for the spring, and you got your barrel with the spring. So that's it, empty carriage. Alright, let's reverse that. Barrel with the spring. That always needs to go in first on this particular one. Okay, and you got to help it back. Okay, don't forget to help it back. Put the cylinder back in. Right into, there's only one way it can go in with this slot here. Okay, go halfway back and get it in this little ridge bit underneath here. Okay, once you get it in here, try and get it even as far as you can. Try to get it somewhat snapped in, not all the way, because you want to put the spring in. Okay, but you will need it to go far back where it can just drop. Okay, spring's going in. Now I'm going to get this in. And I'm just going to push back and drop at the same time. Okay, push back and drop at the same time. Then you want to see if you're snapped in here. Okay, now this can help you snap it in if you're not snapped in. Now that looks like it did get snapped in on that one push. If you get lucky, you can get one push in there and that should be fine. So I think it is in there. All I need to do is just fix this middle part here. Let's make sure that is right dead center, which it is. Yep, it's dead center now. And that's it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, check me out. I got all kinds of things going on, but a little at a time. I just opened this channel not too long ago. I'm trying to get back into a hobby that I used to do for a while back. So anyway, let's get this thing back on here. Okay, crank that back. That should be in now. Oh, maybe I shouldn't crank that back. Anyway, I'm going to hold that on. Shouldn't crank that back just yet because I have to put the pin on. I notice if you do that before that, it doesn't really match up. Okay, so put that on. Come on, baby. Come on now. Don't be so stubborn. Why are you being so stubborn? I don't know why it's being so stubborn here, but that should match. Should match, man, 100%, dude. Okay, put that inside. A little difficult time, I don't know why. It's all matched up there. Okay, there we go. Okay, then spring to the muzzle. And put that inside there. That'll pop up there. Squeeze it up and then lock it in. Alright, that is it, man. Peace out, y'all.